Omicron dominates in Great Britain and the number of new infections is high. However, the British government does not want to introduce stricter rules for England. The reason they cite are milder gradients due to the variant, but there's quite more to it than just that. Despite daily new infections at a record high over the Christmas period, the British government does not want to introduce stricter corona rules in the largest part of Great Britain, meaning England, for the time being. Health Minister Sajid Javid on Monday called on the population to be vigilant, to celebrate New Year's Eve outdoors if possible, and to take a test before attending events. For Christmas Eve, the authorities respectively reported 122,000 and 186 new infections. That's more than ever before. When we start the new year, we will of course check whether we need to take further measures, but until then it will stay that way, said Javid, as the BBC reported. Another 321,036 positive tests were reported in the past 3 days. Javid said the highly contagious Omicron variant now accounts for around 90% of cases. However, several British studies indicate milder disease progression and lower hospitalization rates with Omicron. This played an important role in Prime Minister Boris Johnson's decision not to tighten the rules, he said. But I'm quite sure there's another reason for that. However, opponents of the corona measures in Johnson's own party had threatened the head of government with sharp headwinds if he were to introduce stricter rules, and that might be the main reason for the whole thing. In the UK, regional governments are responsible for health policy. Prime Minister Johnson decides for England, which has no government of its own. In Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, in some cases there are significantly stricter corona measures. And due to the rapid spread of the Omicron variant, stricter contact restrictions came into force in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland on Boxing Day. At least 3 governments that are reasonable. In Wales, only 6 people are allowed to meet in pubs and restaurants. In Scotland, larger events are only allowed at a distance and only a few hundred spectators there. Since Monday, the Scots have only been allowed to meet in groups of a maximum of 3 households. In Northern Ireland, meetings are also limited to a few people. The Omicron variant, which has long been dominant in Scotland and England, had seen the number of cases skyrocket across the country. An overload of the health system and staff shortages in important occupations are to be expected. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, as I said, who determines the corona policy just for England, which is still the largest part of Britain, is reluctant to introduce stricter measures, and that's all party politics. And it's not because there are some British studies that say that Omicron is not as deadly as Delta and not as problematic, but the whole reason is party politics. I talk about this on my UK channel enough. If he puts in stricter measures, he will be under severe fire by his own people. Already 99 voted against his light measures in Parliament. I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.